Hello everyone, welcome back. This is part 5, our look at Pocket Toys Ruiner Bee Combiner Set. Previously we looked at Brawl, Swindle, Blastoff, and Vortex. Now we have the last of the Combaticons, their leader Onslaught, right here. And like the original G1 toy, he's a military transport vehicle. Take a closer look at him. Same general G1 color scheme. The blue, some of the olive green accents. He's got two sets of weapons mounted on him. He's got these smaller cannons down here. These can move up and down, and it's got a separate hinge here. You have side-to-side movement as well. Then you have these two larger cannons, which are in gray and have clear purple plastic in the center. And these are mimicking the original toy's twin missile launchers. These look more like some kind of energy weapon. But each cannon can hinge up and down independently. There's no side-to-side movement here. There's just two pegs that plug in to the back here, but it does remove. So if you wanted to have it facing backwards, you could, have it sitting like that if you want, or if you don't like that look at all, you could have it removed completely. But I think it looks pretty nice. 8 set of wheels on him, which roll decently. As far as weapons, bring in what's left of the giant blaster, which is just this piece, which has the large handle on it. To get this into a form that Onslaught can use, I'm going to take this piece back here, fold it back, and then this top section of the blaster I'm going to bring out. And then finally, we're going to take the large handle and we're just going to hinge it back to expose a smaller peg here. So you'll have the blaster looking like that. So on here you have 1, 2, 3 ports that you can put it in. If you stick this up here, it will get in the way of one of these cannons. But if you put it here, get sort of a fixed emplacement gun like that, and these can move wherever you want to. Or you can have this facing backwards. And of course, if you don't like this piece on here, you can take this off and this will stick. You can stick in one of these two slots down there. There's also some peg holes down here. If you move things out of the way, you could have that sitting around as like another side can or something. Maybe you got guys off to one side, fire like that. Whatever you want to do. But there's Onslaught's alt mode. And to complete the look of Onslaught's alt mode, we're going to get out all of the combined mode pieces to form the back half of Onslaught's truck. First, you need the feet. I'm going to turn them around. When I bring these wheels out, it's really hard to get a grip on them. So what I need to do is take a little screwdriver, just place it underneath here just to help pry it up just a bit. So I can pull it out the rest of the way. I'm going to go up here to the toes. I'm going to rotate the toe upside down. Take this section here and bring it out. And we're going to bring this all the way back here. You want this piece sitting underneath this little lip here, so the whole toe section will hinge out. So you can complete that motion and close it up. So you have this sitting like that. So same thing on the other side. Get the wheels to come out. Rotate the toe around. Bring this up. Lift this forward So you can complete that. Then once you got both halves looking like this, you can just take them. These two tabs will go into these two slots here. They're looking like that. Next we're going to get our hands. And this piece here, this was the one combiner piece that came in the baggie. There are actually two separate pieces. They pull apart. Just a tab slot connection there. And what is going to happen here is the empty space right in here in these sections are going to fit the hands. So what you want to do is you want to have the hands in kind of like a fist. So just get them all the way up and fingers hinged and straightened up as much as you can. Get the thumb in so everything's kind of out of the way, kind of like that. And for this piece, you're going to rotate the wrist around like that. You're going to take in one of pieces here, and it's going to go the palm facing up towards this long flat piece. And what's going to happen is just the fingers are going to fit in there. The whole fist won't fit in there. You're just fitting the fingers in there, kind of right up until there. And it's just friction that holds that in place, but it holds pretty good. And once you have both fists in, you're going to take these pieces, connect them back together with this tab slot right here like that. Then these two posts are going to go into these two holes on the feet. So just line them up and pushed in. It's quite tight. Quite tight in my copy. So just be careful. But you have it looking like that. You have a missile rack going on there. Next, you're going to take in the crotch piece. I'm going to unclip this part here and bring this whole section forward, kind of sitting like that. You want to angle this back up. The skirt flaps are going to rotate down like that on both sides. Then you're going to want to bring in this blue piece here, and it's packaged in this orientation, which is how you want it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this peg here. It's going to go into this square hole here. Just line it up and push it into place. So you have that look. I'm going to take Bruticus's head and chest piece. We're going to take these hinged sections here and bring them forward like that on both sides. Then we're going to take the antenna on the head and we're going to rotate it backwards like that. And let me tell you, the first time I did this out of the box, this did not feel good. These were really tight. I thought for sure I was going to snap these off, but they've loosened up. Then I'm going to take this whole section here and flip it up like that. Bring this piece in, and what's going to happen is this long gray tab here is going to fit into here where you've got these two holes. And it's just going to fit in there, and the head is going to go underneath. So you want the head kind of sitting like that. So just line that up and get that plugged in. This is the only spot that these two sections connect, and this is not a very super secure connection, but it's not ultra loose either. But this is the only part that would regularly come apart on me. But you can just have that connected. So and finally you want to get both pieces in. And the way this is going to connect up, so underneath here on the chest plate, there's these 2 slots here, and that's going to plug into these 2 tabs on the foot section. So get that lined up and push that into place. And that is the rear section of Onslaught. So we'll bring Onslaught himself back in. And how these are going to connect together is you have on the edges here, you have 1, 2 holes. And they're going to plug into these posts here on Onslaught's weapon. Just line that up and push it together. And if you need to, you can angle this piece so that 2 sections are sitting flush with each other. As much as you can. There is the completed look for Onslaught. I think it's nice how they have basically everything for the combined mode is able to store and make it kind of look like the original toy, which had that long flatbed. And the whole thing rolls. If you get it level 2, these center wheels will roll as well. The only thing is because there's no hinge motion between the 2 of these, so if you're turning the vehicle, the whole thing turns all at once. But on that, it looks pretty good. Something else you can do with Onslaught's rifle here is if you don't want to put it up here, if you have this back section, well, there isn't any where to plug it in like this. On these missile racks here, you have these posts on the side which will fit into the ports on either side of Onslaught's gun, so you can plug that in like so if you would like to store the weapon like that. But there is Onslaught up in his completed mode. And here's the complete Onslaught next to his G1 counterpart in their alt modes. Both look really good. Like the other Combaticons in this Pocket Toys set, color scheme is much lighter than on the original. You can see the design of the cabs are a little bit different, as well as the weaponry. I like how all of the combined mode stuff will create an extended trailer for Onslaught. So that's nice. If you want these guys in alt mode, you don't have to worry about losing all the combined mode parts. And as well, both versions can transport one of their Combaticon buddies. To get Onslaught into his robot mode, what we'll do is take the whole trailer section off. So we'll just pull that apart from here. So off to the side, we don't need it. Also, the double cannons up here, we're going to pull apart. Set that off to the side as well. And this part's mistransformed. That's sitting like that. Okay, so to get him into his robot mode, what we're going to do is on the side panels here, we're going to flip this piece up and rotate it like that. This panel is going to flip out like so. So same thing on the other side. These 2 panels will flip like that. Then we're going to flip up these pieces on the windshield. On the bottom here, we're going to flip down the feet. And then something that is ubiquitous on the G1 toys is we're going to pull the legs down to lengthen them and pull them apart. There is 2 small posts that are connected to these ports there. Get him straightened up. For the arms, what I'm going to do is split them apart. And we're going to rock it down into that position. Just like that. And rotate the arms down. You can see the hand and forearm here. And bring it down, it's on a double joint. So just straighten everything out. The same thing on the other side, rotate this down, straighten out the arm. The chest piece will come out. It's pegged in pretty firmly between these two tabs here. Bring up the head, close the chest back up, push the head down. And finally on the back, we're going to take this piece here, just hinge it up like so. And these two little blasters here mimic having the double missile launchers on the original toy. But there is Onslaught in his robot mode. It looks pretty good. It's fairly easy to transform. But for movement, his head will spin all the way around, a little bit up and down. The base at his neck's on does come up a little bit. Need some extra movement there. Arms will rotate all the way around. Again, because of transformation, got a big shoulder shrug. You've got a little bit of side-to-side movement at the shoulder due to that ball joint. There's a separate mushroom peg here for bicep rotation. Got that double jointed elbow, so bring that up all the way again because of transformation. And as far as the hand goes, it can rotate all the way around. You have rotation at the waist. For leg movement, you have ratchets. So the leg will go forward that far and back just a little bit. You can bring it out all the way. And there's this transformation ratchet here. If you want to break his thigh for whatever reason. A rotation at the knee. And then if you move these pieces out of the way, you can get that much knee movement. But if you have it straight, you can flip that up. And that will hide the backs of the knees. So it's up to you. These ankle pieces here are pretty loose. There is like a point in there where it holds via friction, but it is so loose that they tend to close up without you barely looking at them. So keep that in mind. For the feet, it's just the toes, so they can move up and down, and you have very small side-to-side movement. For his weapon, you can hold it in either hand, like so. Also, he has these ports underneath his arm. You can plug it in there. Kind of looks like he has it slung underneath, which is kind of cool. He also has these ports back here, so you maybe have him store his weapon like so when he's not in battle. It's up to you. I'll put it in his hand for now. But there's Onslaught, all armed up in robot mode. And here's Onslaught in robot mode next to his G1 counterpart. You can see there's quite the size difference here. Of course, that's due to the fact that half of Onslaught's alt mode is made up of combined mode parts, whereas the entire vehicle transforms to form the original. But you can see they have the same basic concept. They both look like Onslaught. Same general color scheme. The G1s on the Combaticons are always more muted than the Pocket Toy version. But I think this one is a good looking representation of the G1 toy. To get Onslaught into combined mode, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the arms, flip them up like this, where they normally sit in truck mode. We'll hide the head like that. I'm going to flip the toes up, bring the legs straight out into a split, and then bend at this ratchet right here. Same thing on the other side. This is similar to how the G1 toy works. Bending the legs like so. Like that. And then here, again, these I've already flipped in, but open them up. So down here, these are the pegs for the combined mode legs. So I'm going to bring those down. I'm not going to do that right now because it is very difficult to get those out. We'll do that once we put Bruticus together. But you want to bring those down, and once those are down, you can flip these back down to hide that up. And then the last thing to get this ready for combined mode is take the arms, rotate these up like so. And just bring this out of the way. There you have Onslaught in combined mode. And here's the whole Pocket Toys Combaticon crew in their alt modes. And here they are lined up together in their robot modes. And these Pocket Toys Combaticons are a great looking team. Some final thoughts on Onslaught. Design-wise, like the rest of his team, both the alt mode and robot mode look really good. Transformation is simple, fun to do. Playability-wise, he's a solid figure. Aside from the heel pieces, which fold in quite easily, he doesn't fall apart, so he'll hold a pose. I like how all the combined mode pieces come together to form the back half of Onslaught's alt mode. That's nice both for storage and aesthetics. And durability-wise, he's a sturdy figure. The only thing I would be worried about breaking is down the figure himself. But on some of the combined mode pieces, especially these missile racks at the back, pegs are a little bit tight, so I can see those possibly snapping. But other than that, solid figure. I really like this Pocket Toys line. I like what they've done from the Iron Factory version. That's all I have to say about Onslaught. Due to time, I'm going to put the combined mode for Bruticus in a separate video. But until then, thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time.